Permit me to take you back to the 60s. I believe that a little flashback will flash light to a country that belonged to a continent tagged dark. 1st October 1960, probably that rings a bell, right? But don't get it twisted. That was simply a transition from oppression by the colonial masters to transition to depression by the political cabals who bear with us the same identity. So whatever victory we think was actualized then was simply a prank on the brain, an alienation of reasons, estrangement of beliefs about the government, because we have been re-enslaved by those we call our own. Old kegos who insist they were born to rule, rulers metamorphosing like chameleons in their excuses, always having a new look for each game. And I'm like, here with my mouth making some acrobatic moves, pronouncing, I see you and your succession in making the system not easy, and in a bid to cover up, tag the youth lazy, yet busy, siphoning, misappropriating the government funds, millions, billions, trillions of dollars siphoned. Yet we are still stuck in economic recession. What a frustration. And I wish, if Nigeria were a book, it is something I would like to rewrite. I mean, sit tight on my couch. I'm not a coffee drinker, but you need to pour me a cup because I need to stay up. First chapter. I'll bring to the limelight unity, yeah? Unity in diversity, devoid of ethnicism, tribalism, rather made of people capable of loving, tolerating each other despite the tribe, the crime. Chapter 2. With meticulously chosen lexicon, I will bring an overthrow of the gray hairs who call out the future of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow. Yet they were leaders yesterday, still leaders today, and have hijacked our future. I will put an end to those Anglo-American prosies who have deflected Nigeria off its track of gradual transition to unity, sustainable sovereignty, and real prosperity. And now we'll establish in our Sorok a verifiable divine choice as a leader, one who will take the land to the promised land. And trust me, all these things are very achievable, but the citizens must get their PVCs. Subsequent chapters. Poverty alleviation, no more death traps for good roads. The apparatus in the schools and hospitals for treatment will no longer be physically available or functionally available. And in that book, we usher urban's corruption.
If Nigeria was a book, the length of its leaves will be determined by the winds of political weather, whether it is election season or elected season. Election season, when the clouds are heavy with promises and it rains manifestos till gutters and potholes are overflowing. In this season, Nigeria will be a pamphlet of 5 pages, summarizing every good thing in Nigeria, 5 pages, because good things are a rare occurrence in this book. Elected season, when the seasoned lies have gone tasteless, when Amatan cracks history's lips from repeating herself, when harsh winds of reality hits the masses. In this season, Nigeria would be, in its true form, a full, unabridged book. If Nigeria was a book, it would be a carefully crafted storybook, using big vocabulary so a majority of the minority would not comprehend it. It would say, this book was artfully made by anthropodemic bibliophagy, an ancient practice of binding books in human skin. If Nigeria was a book, its covers would be made of the dark, dead skins of decapitated platoon men. If Nigeria was a book, it would tell tales. Tales of well-told lies, for lies are easier sold to masses who are too poor to pay attention. Tales of how we pay homage to holy books which say unholy things. Tales of servants of God who are richer than their master. Tales of incest between corruption and our brothers, inefficiency and apathy, which gave birth to the bouncing baby bastard that is Nigeria's political system. Tales unbefitting for children. A tale of how a young black girl was divided and conquered by strangers her parents never knew. The tales are so sharply told, they will cut you as you flip through, so you cannot read them without feeling them. Tales of an oil boom that lubricated our corruption sector. Tales of vanity and an entire generation of youth who stare at mirrors for hours yet never reflect. Tales of a failed divorce, fought for 3 years before Biafra was told never to leave a matrimonial home. Tales of men who emphasize femininity so as to neglect humanity. Tales of women who have been neglected to 2 rooms their entire life, the other room and room for improvements. Tales of the highest rate of maternal mortality in the world. The highest rate of women who die from trying to give life. If Nigeria was a book, it would be filled with ironies, dressed in attires of satires. You should read it backwards, because it only gets worse with time. Read it from present to past, because our past is the only present we can boast of. Read it, feel it, but never believe it. Laugh and cry, for your heroes will die, and the evil ones will be blessed with eternal life. If Nigeria was a book, its last page would hold the secret of our government's inefficiency. A government first established by colonialism, with the sole purpose of segregation cannot be used for emancipation. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't that a fantastic round? Let's give them a warm round of applause. Whew. Okay, so we start with Cynthia. Benny, are we ready? 5. Atilola, 6. And Mr. Kweson, 7. Thank you very much, Cynthia. For Obafemi, 9 from Benny, 8 from Atilola. And Mr. Kweson says 9. Fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you.